understanding of what they're doing and why. And then when your shit ain't acting right, it's your fault. You're a motherfucking liar. You're fucking lying. So I think that in certain situations, when you have people who live this life and they die on their birthday, or right within like a couple of days, and not a week though, like literally a couple of days, because the moon cycles move in a 3-day thing. Like within 3 days of their birthday, if they pass away, they're done, because they have fulfilled whatever it is that they were supposed to be doing. Everybody else, you know, keep coming back and keep coming back.
So if you don't die around your birthday,
something's gonna happen and you're gonna end up doing this shit again. The point is remembering it. All of these little kids, if you start watching the kids that are like right now 12 and under, those motherfuckers know exactly who they were, because they are in here grown as shit. Like Ethan, come on man, you know Ethan. Ethan, that motherfucker has done this. We've probably done this together at least 6 times. Like, that's my motherfucker right there. Like, yes, he's 10, but that's a grown ass man in a little dude body. And it's funny because when he was like 3, we had a conversation. And he asked me if he could have some coffee, and I'm Puerto Rican, so shit, everybody can have some coffee, you know? You know, so I was like, sure. And while I'm, you know, pouring the coffee into the cup, he's like, oh, well, just a little bit of milk and 2 sugars, because I don't like it too sweet. With it, now I'm looking at this motherfucker like,
what? How old was he?
He was 3.
3 years old.
Yeah, and he's having this whole conversation with me about how he likes his coffee. So I read a lot. I read a lot of things that other people probably would not think to pay attention to. And I read somewhere that there is a tribe of people who believe that, and I call them a tribe because back when we were villages, motherfuckers remembered that everything was necessary. So, like, I never believed in the concept of heaven, hell, good, evil. Like, common sense would tell you that you should not want to fuck your homeboy's wife. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I ain't need a book to tell me that I should.
You just kind of feel like, that might not be the
that might
right
not
thing
be
to
the
do.
wisest of all choices right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I needed to read that in a book to get that message across properly. But you hear it?
I hear it.
So Ethan could never get it to do
Sing.
that. Yeah. And then I'm like, because you're thinking too hard. And so, you know, me and technology do not work well
It's
together.
my first time trying to make a bowl sing. Am I holding it right?
Find out.
Okay, cool.
Hold it down, like, put your hand down a little bit lower. Like, kind of hold it here.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why that helps.
Probably keeps it more.
I can hear it a little bit.
A little bit. Gotta get my angle right.
But that's the thing, like I said, Ethan had tried, and he would do it, and he would come in on random occasions, and it would never work. And then he did it one day.
I hear it a little bit, but it's...
I hear it a little bit. It's just not getting louder.
Is it something about the speed? Do you have to do it at a certain speed?
It's just, it carries off of your vibration, like I said, when you're trying to do it, because you're thinking too hard. Because it's a meditation tool.
I think hard a lot.
And that's the thing. And I told you, that's a problem that I had growing up, because my mind races through so much different stuff. But then when you get them and you can get the actual sound from it, as a music fan, it's relaxing to be able to get it to do.
That was my first attempt.
It's easier to make the bag from the beginning than to take one apart and add all of the shit to it. But it's just finding the proper material to be able to make it sturdier.
I like how that feels.
I made the swimsuit out of that shit with the piece of the thing that was left over.
This is a custom book bag, by the way. I gotta tell people what they're looking at.
Oh yeah, I don't be trying to charge folks out the ass. But yeah, it's
This type of shit amazes me. Did you see me sitting here like looking at the? Because I'm looking at. Like,
oh yeah, I mean the stitch work is clean. It's just, like I said, I know now what kind of changes I need to make to the actual design pattern to make it cleaner. But I need to find a canvas that's way thicker than this one because it's not very sturdy for backpack material. It's cute though.
And you making this? What's this? This is for Sophia.
I'm going to a 70s party tomorrow, so I made myself a little bell bottom jumper because I think I'm cute.
Hey,
I'm keeping all my shit out. I had to make that this morning because I got shit to do tomorrow.
I love that you can just stitch your own clothes. Like you don't have to go to the store and buy stuff.
I haven't been out and shopping. I started making my own clothes when I was like 12. The only thing that I buy only because it's time consuming is jeans. And trust me, I've made jeans for other people. I've made a lot of like denim shorts for people and stuff. And it's easier to just buy some jeans sometimes than to make them. But other than that, I make all of my clothes. I make my panties and everything. I don't be out here spending money on nothing but chucks. Nigga, nothing but chucks. As far as the alterations go, the weird thing about clothes is I don't think that people understand that a long time ago they made clothes for people. Like, if you had clothes, the only people that were buying clothes were the rich people that were having the clothes made specifically for them, and then they would just hand off their stuff to other people, so everybody that was too poor to afford it just had like hand-me-downs, whatever the hell. And so then once they started making like the ready-to-wear types of clothes, they just made a whole bunch of things in different sizes, but they made adjustments to the different sizes. Now, I am one of the last people to get a degree in fashion construction from FIT. They stopped teaching the class because computers took over, and all you had to do was put the design idea into the system, and everything starts at a size 6. So what happens is if you have the size 6, and you stretch the pattern to a 22, whatever the curves were that were drawn for this 6, they're not going to fit this 22. Because that's all it's doing is extending the pattern out. The machines are not going to take into consideration that the curves and everything else have to move. So if you don't know how to adjust your patterns, then it's not ever going to fit.
Yeah.
So people will try things on and feel like it doesn't fit or it doesn't look good or they can't wear that particular style or whatever. And that's absolutely untrue. It's just the fact that whatever you just tried on was not made for you. So a lot of people will have stuff, and unless it's something that is like visible to them that there's a mistake in it, they won't notice it, so they won't even want it altered. Like we were just talking about the fact that you have people that'll have suits on that the suit will be too big or it'll be really, really baggy at the bottom, have like, because all they needed was to have it just hemmed up a little bit because they're too short. And but people won't make those adjustments because their mind has already pretty much hit them like if it fits, meaning you can get into it, then you're fine. Yeah. So folks just walking around with their shit fucked up. They don't know it though. And so if I do get alterations, a lot of alterations, it's like this. It's somebody that goes through their closet and has like 8,000 things that they're just like, oh, I love this, but it doesn't fit right, or I can't wear it, or it doesn't do this, that, and the other.
And then they come to you and you get them right.
Yes. And then also, you'll have people who have like maybe lost a whole lot of weight, but have a favorite outfit. And it's just like, they love it, so they don't want to let it go. So yeah, let's take that down so you can still fit it. Now, on the opposite end of that, also, I have people who, you know, have things that are too small for them. And it's like, matching material. This is the reason why, like I had said about Ashley, like I got that material sitting here. She needs me to do anything with that dress. It's sitting there chilling, waiting. Whenever I can fix it, make it bigger, take it in, do whatever needs to be done, I can do all of that. Because she went through body changes.
Yep.
Look it up, make it work. I got all of the material sitting here. But if she went to the store and she bought something and needed it extended out, that's very difficult, because I wouldn't have the same, like I might be able to find something a similar color, but it's
it'd
still
be
gonna,
something completely different.
Yeah, so you got to find ways to fit it in there to where it still looks good, or keep it, you know, hidden. And that's when you start doing all the beading and the extra rhinestones and glittery things and extra just to cover
whatever the fuck.
Yeah, whatever the fuck. I keep trying to explain to people, it's like, you know, you have these things and they're just like, it has all these beads and all this extra stuff on it, and it's like, yo, that's because whoever made it initially fucked it up and they're just trying to cover their fuck ups. That's the easiest way to do it, add extra stuff to it. And if I did bumps and creases and things in there, you'd be able to see each and every one of those, because it's just plain material. So I don't know, with clothes, it's just the more simple something looks, the harder it is to actually make. People don't, you know, clothes, it's a difficult thing, but it's like, people will sit there and, oh my goodness, I can't believe you did that so fast, and you did, man, I've been doing this shit for 100 years. I don't even know this. I just be there like doing. But if it's my stuff, I can make this today and wear it tomorrow, and that be that. I wouldn't do that for somebody else. You know, I mean, I have had people that have whatever events going on that they need something the next day and whatever, and I can do it. I just like to make sure to put the proper amount of time into getting stuff done right. Because a lot of people do not really take pride in their work. They just trying to make money. I wasn't even looking at the money. I said I made both of those bags just to see how cost effective it would be for somebody else that's trying to start their business and get their thing going. Shit, everybody needs somebody to help out on what it is that they're doing. So one of them goes down, one of them goes at an angle. Like, I gotta take this whole
What is
thing
that?
off.
Is that like a shirt? It's a dress?
It's a dress. Yeah, it's a dress that she had made in Africa, and so, like I said, all of this piece right here, I'm gonna have to do something different with that, because they're not level, and one of them comes inward, the other one goes straight up and down. And like I said, with alterations, it's just the types of things where if it's not something that jumps out at you, you won't know. It's like this jersey, I had to remove and replace the patch and everything, because this thing basically,
somebody got that Vic jersey.
Yeah, but he could never wear it because it looked like a dress on him. It was so long down to the floor, so I had to make it shorter.
Okay.
And I had to move the patch because it's an actual NFL legit fucking thing. So, you know, had to remove and replace this back so that people know this is real
legit.
Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's work, but
how long does that take to do something like that?
Everything that I'm doing, it takes me sitting my ass down and actually doing it.
Is it like an all day thing? Like, could you be working on one thing for like?
Way, I be bullshitting. Like, listen, I get up, I'm doing some of everything. I swear to God, that's why Ethan has my phone. Because if not, I be Facebooking. Like, listen, people really be like, oh my God, this bitch be online all day. Nah, I be working.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, something stupid, go back to work. So, nah, I mean, with alterations, That's the thing that kills me, because when you take your stuff to the dry cleaners, things like that, to get stuff done, like, they know that you need your shit for whatever you need it for. So they charge outrageous. Like, they'll tell you, oh, I can get it done for you in an hour. Man, you can get that shit done in 6 minutes if you sit your ass down. You know they need it, so you're going to charge them extra money because they're rushing to have something done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to hustle no people out of their money, man. I'm telling you, I know exactly how much time it takes for me to put into doing whatever I'm doing, and I charge people accordingly. And I'm not about to hit nobody with some outrageous ass cost when I didn't do shit.